The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to episode number 34 of The Hope Show. And straight away, look, we got a lot to get through. I'm a bit late as usual, completely my fault, so we're going to bring in the guys and we're going to get started. So we got Dan in Carbonate.
Hello.
We got Phil, aka the Empire Strikes, the _ Empire Strikes. We got Eddie Money Mendez, and we have Trevor. Guys, as usual, thank you very much for joining us and giving up your time here to talk 1/6 scale shenanigans. How are you doing this evening?
Good, doing good.
Excellent. Good. Thanks, mate.
All good.
So, like,
all good.
I know that Phil and Dan are Greenwich Mean Time, my own time zone. Eddie, are you West Coast, Eddie?
Yeah.
So, what's it like? Midday, just after midday for you?
Yeah, 12 o'clock. Yeah.
And Trevor, you're Eastern time. Would that be right?
East Coast, yeah, it's 3 o'clock here. Yep.
Ah, okay. They're the easy ones to remember. Take away 5, take away 8. Like, I think it's
right.
When Ben starts talking about, like, I think it's standard mountain time or something like that, which is one of the most baller time zones ever. I'm just like, what is that? How many do I take away 8 or what is it? Like, you know, it's like that's where I want to live, like Mountain Standard Time. I think that's the one. Yeah. So
that confuses me here too. So you're not alone.
I'm just jealous of them being so close to the mountains and stuff like that. So, guys, I'm not going to waste anyone's time. We're going to get straight into this, folks. Just I'll a few bits and pieces here. So obviously, look, we're getting very close. We're at 2,943. We are 57 subs away from the big 3K, and obviously, as you know, we're doing a giveaway. We'll reveal the details when we hit that 3K mark. Shout out to the channel members, as usual, pinned to the live chat. We have the link if you want to consider and become a channel member. There's troopers, there's commanders. Shout out to the troopers. We have Jose G Hernandez, who's actually a channel member and usually a panel member, but he couldn't join us today, so hopefully he'll be watching the chat. We got Brian Wong, that's ModuCase Brian, or ModuSpace Brian Wong. We got Mountain Standard Time himself. The Ben Thomas Show will always have 800. Of course, we have Eddie Money Mendez here, channel member and panel member. Caffeinated Comic Fan, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner. I was watching Lancelot's Nerd Corner reaction video to the Joker, quite enjoy his stuff. We got Mugwump, we got Mike L, who may be joining us later on, and he's of course usually a channel and panel member. We got Chudy from Texas, we got Zanzan, who I believe was Bendu Window before, and last but not least, we have Ryan Smith. Now obviously we've got a shout out to the commanders as well. Of course, if you are a commander, you get all your YouTube handle displayed at the end of all content videos and live streams. So shout out to the commanders. So really quickly, new videos. This is the one I did before the official announcement. This was speculation. I wasn't too far off the mark. And this is the one I did yesterday when we got the 56 photos, which we are going to be looking at them today. Just want to remind you, as I said, all of the December revenue from the channel, super chats, super stickers, ad revenue, the channel memberships, the troopers and commanders, all the contributions were added up, gathered up, and obviously when you say something like this, people become generous because they know it's been going to a good cause, and that was dedicated today. They paid out, YouTube payout on the 22nd, it was paid out last weekend. Basically I dedicated that money to Children's Health Ireland. They're associated with Temple Street Children's Hospital here in Dublin. It went for a good cause, so it goes towards helping sick children and all the funding, because they always need the funding. Now, interestingly enough, it was €231.89. That's $250.68. Now, when I went in and made the donation, I noticed this little small print that said, a donation of €250 or more in any one calendar year means it qualifies for tax relief. And what that meant is that they could claim back 112. So the donation of €250 was actually 362. So I added the extra €19 myself just to bring it up to 250. So the total that we raised after donating the €250 was €362, which is $391. Massive shout out to all the channel members, nice. All the subscribers, anyone who super chat, super liked, all that stuff. Thanks very much. We're going to do that every December. I think it's a nice little thing to do to give back, and I do appreciate it. Massive thank you. Now, I suppose before we address the chat, I think it's really important that we show people the grid, because obviously we're mixing things up lately. We've had a grid, and instead of just going topic through topic, there's a bit of randomness to the stream. So we could be talking about the main topic straight away, or it could be in the middle, it could be at the end. We got the snap, we got our ORMRs, all that bunch of stuff. This is really important. We're going to introduce the grid today. Jokes aside, this is actual grid. We're not going to be talking about all Joker. The Joker is a big part of it, obviously. We might hold off that main topic, or I'm going to give people the channel, the panel members, the opportunity to choose what they want to watch. I thought I heard someone come back in there. I think maybe Mike dipped in and out there, but yeah. All right. Okay. Right. We'll do one of these before we address the chat. Anyone want to shout out? Anyone interested in picking something up? Maybe leave the Joker off for a while.
I'd go for the, is that the American Army recruitment poster?
It is.
Sam.
Lucky you. Lucky you. That is Uncle Sam. And Uncle Sam is pointing at you, and you get to decide what we talk about. Trapdoor. So, like, is there anything that you're kind of itching to talk about, like, you know, that's not already on the grid? I know some of them are kind of cryptic. You know, you got Deadpool's crotch there. Is there anything that any figure that you're particularly anticipating, or anything that you want to choose? You know what? I'm going to let you choose. I'm going to let you think, and I'll address the chat while you think. I think I'll just take
I was going to say legions, and then Trev would be under pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm only kidding.
A little think there. Just take me 2 seconds. Unless you have something straight away.
Yeah, I've got something. So
Okay.
I got Phoenix Shandon this week,
Nice.
and she has 2 very, very slim strands of hair on the side of her forehead.
Oh God, no! This is not going
And,
well.
Out of the box, one of those strands fell off.
No.
Whoa. Really?
That sucks.
How do you repair that?
Wow. Which
Because,
one?
If she's facing you, the left-hand side.
Trevor's checking if the barber has already been at his finish.
Man, that's tricky, man. I don't know.
Very, yeah.
Are they tiny
No.
little strands? Yeah.
They are, yeah.
So,
Are
yeah.
you married to having it like as perfect as can be without replacing it or anything like that? Like,
Well, she's helmeted now because I know it's not there.
And that sculpt is awesome. It's a shame to hide it. Who'd you buy it from? Who'd you buy it
Pop Collectibles.
from? Okay. And what have you?
because
What do they like
I
to
haven't
do?
I haven't reached out.
Right,
Because
okay.
if you look, I mentioned it on, Terry Smith does the posing on a Saturday. So I mentioned it on his stream, and he said if it's come out of, there should be like a plug, and luckily there is. It's just I'm really concerned about any sort of glue that's too strong. It's going to eat away the plastic.
oh, it didn't break it, snap in half or anything like that. It just
No,
came out
no,
of
no, no.
place.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't realise until I looked, because when it came out I just thought crap, and then I put the helmet on it. But
Okay.
he mentioned, has it come out of the plug? So I've checked the sculpt, and it does look like it's come out of the plug, but I'm still concerned about using any sort of glue. So I'm after some advice, please.
I mean, I have a glue that I use, but I don't know that there. That's like, I don't know. There might be somebody else who's done a lot of customizing who knows a little bit better about like a specific type of glue to use for
Only
like that
because-
vinyl type of head sculpt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like specifically.
Because my mole fell in a detour a while ago, and it snapped on the horns on sort of the cheek area. And I tried to super glue it back on, and it absolutely destroyed the side of his face.
As in the super glue, like leaked down it, or
I think because it was too strong, so it's basically eaten away at the plastic.
oh right, it actually like dissolved it, like
Yeah.
yeah. What I would do personally, if it happened to me, I'd reach out to either Ian and Pete from OFAC or even
Yeah.
Zach from Collecting Weekly. I mean, they seem to know their stuff when it comes to like painting things and doing little mods.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I use this stuff a lot for a lot of things. I'm not really sure you're going to have it. It's JB Weld, Super Weld Extreme. Whoops. There you go. Good stuff. I've used it on vinyl. I don't know if it's the perfect thing, but you just need, all you need is a tiny little dab. Like, you don't need,
Yeah.
I'd put it on with like a toothpick tip, like take it from here and put it on the hair and stick it in and just see if it holds. Like, you know, I don't think you're
Yeah.
going to need much for it to hold in there.
No.
Put it on and then basically rub it off. You know what I mean? Just so there's
Yeah.
like no excess that can.
Yeah. Something like this stuff or something the equivalent is going to be pretty strong, even if there's just a little bit of a, like, almost a coating on there. So I'll try that first.
Great,
man,
thanks,
you're
Ray.
bringing us all down with the opener,
Yeah,
Phil.
sorry guys.
And you thought watching that Joaquin Phoenix Joker
Oh,
movie
man.
was depressing. No, man, that's sucks because you especially get something brand new and just those little things.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think that's nitpicking to expect a figure to come in good shape and not like disintegrate coming out of the box. That's like the minimum bar. Like,
Yeah, and
You know what I
because it's, I know it's such a tiny piece, but it is who Fennec Shand is. She has those two
yeah,
strands.
yeah, exactly.
So to lose that, it was like, oh crap.
It's funny actually. Myself and Megan were watching the X Games. They're on in Aspen over the weekend, and we were watching them. And Megan's a part of this group called a Facebook group called Girls That Board. This snowboarding thing where they just swap like ideas and stuff like this. And a lot of the style is like these girls will like when they go snowboarding, they have two little bits of hair come out like that, kind of like Fennec Shand. And one of the girls put up going, what is the story with that style? I tried that the other day and my hair nearly froze off. And they're like, whoa, don't do it if it's really cold because it'll literally freeze if it's actually going to crack off.
Snap.
Kind of like Fennec Shand. She must have been hitting the slopes, man, before she hit
Yeah,
your
man,
house. Like, you know, so-
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
So, man, that sucks. I hope he gets sorted. I think Ian and Pete are, you know, they're legends, and obviously Zach is always very helpful.
Yeah, I
And,
appreciate that.
yeah,
Appreciate
those
that. I'll
boys
reach
do.
out.
Yeah, I think maybe you reach out to one of those boys, and they might be able to point you in the right direction. Maybe even show photos and kind of show this is where it's the damage and stuff like that. So, really quickly, I'm just going to address the chat. We got Noble Young, who is always one of the first here. Of course, we have Phil, channel member, panel member, and he's here on the panel with us. We got 12-inch Moose Dream, my nemesis. Only joking, I'm just really jealous. He has that Jazz Inc. 89 Batwing. We got Ryan Smith, another channel member. Thanks very much for being here. We got Jose G, use your channel member, panel member, but I think he's got to work. You should quit his job. Another man who should quit his job is Collector Joey. Just quit your job, man. Yes, see, I like the way you're owning it, Joey. Only joking. Open invite. We get. You got to work to pay the bills and get those collectibles. Bummed I'm not here with you guys to discuss Shane buying this Joker. That's already starting. It's already starting. Can't go anywhere. Prime Time Reviews. Thanks very much for being here. Really appreciate it. Exclamation mark. Mike is here. Eddie Money Mendez is, I believe, speaking Spanish. I can barely speak English, so that's very impressive. I always admire people who can speak different languages. Can you speak Spanish, Eddie?
No, I could just say phrases. So
Okay, well, look, that's more Spanish
que
than I had.
pasó is easy. Just means what's up. So.
It's mad when you meet like say Europeans, like, you know, like people from Holland or whatever. You'd be like, oh my god, your English is really good. And they're really critical of their English. And their English is perfect. And I was like, what else can you speak? And they're like, oh, you know, I speak Dutch and I speak German, French, but my Spanish isn't great. And I'm like, okay. I barely speak English, like, you know. We got Yomo in the house. We got X-Man Supreme, who really disagrees with me on the he was annoyed, or maybe, sorry, annoyed is not the right word. He was disappointed that the Joker didn't come with a laughing sculpt, which is probably a fair criticism considered there's 4 of them. Yeah. Doesn't really bother me, but I get where he's come from. Mountain Standard Time is stupid. It's just a fancy way of saying I just think it sounds awesome. It sounds baller. A fancy way of saying Central Time. So yeah, okay, maybe they're in the same time zone. Okay. Who else do we got? Okay, we got Chuli, obviously. Stanley. Where's the Silver Fox panels? We've had a massive falling out, and I never want to speak to him again. No, he's in Norway. He couldn't make it here. today, and I think he's going to miss out on. Maybe I've saved him a bit of hassle because one of the snaps, it's probably an easy decision for him. You'll see where we're going with that. But no, he will return next Monday. He's in Norway at work. DHL is heading my way now with my Mondo Logan. Good stuff. Delighted to hear you're one of the biggest Wolverine fans I know. MB Dyson. I'm guessing you're MB Dyson, and with your little avatar there because you're a big Terminator fan, so you should stick around as well. Mike wants to talk about Multiverse of Madness Wanda. Will that come out next year? Yeah, well, it's I imagine it's due for this year. I believe is it overdue at this stage, or I don't know. Here we go. Look at the man. He's here from Norway. International man of mystery. I believe he's not on work. He's on espionage. Yeah, he's an ancient silver fox by name, ancient silver fox by nature. You got Iron King. I think that more or less brings us up. We got Tyria as well. Okay, yeah. Look, we're ready to roll. All right, folks. Mike, you're just joining us. So
Hey, guys.
everything's up for grabs apart from Uncle Sam, and thanks very much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Can you guys hear me okay?
Of course,
I
yeah.
got
It's clear as
fancy
crystal. Man.
microphone from my brother-in-law, so I'm trying this
good
one
stuff.
out. Yeah.
Sound extra smooth.
Okay, great. So yeah, we haven't chosen anything yet, right?
We chose Uncle Sam, which is basically you decide what you want to talk about, and Phil give us a horror story.
Oh,
about
right.
his.
That's okay. I missed how we started that one. Phil, I'm sorry to hear that, by the way, buddy. Hope
No
that
worries,
works out.
man. No worries.
So who's going next?
You are.
I am. Okay, wonderful.
You get to choose. Yeah.
I thought it sounded that way, but I just wanted to be sure. I'll choose Deadpool's crotch as always.
I thought you would. I
Yeah.
thought you would.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, Eddie.
look,
Typical.
this yeah, such a Mike thing to choose. So Deadpool's crotch. So Ryan Reynolds, in typical Ryan Reynolds form, put up on his social media this picture of Deadpool suiting his crotch, saying something like the color hides the blood and the dirt or something like that. I don't know, but he basically said this is how he announced that they've wrapped filming on Deadpool 3. Now last week we spoke about Deadpool 3, and look, it's my most anticipated movie, and I think it's a lot of people's most anticipated movie of the year. It's the only MCU movie, maybe that's potentially a good thing. And last week the topic was, should we be worried? But this week, purely on figures, let's speculate. Just for a bit of fun, let's speculate. What do you think we're actually going to get from this? I know that there's leaks and rumours, and I reckon a few of those leaks are just complete nonsense. It's Ryan Reynolds trolling us, going, oh, we've got like this guy in it and that guy, and we've got Sabretooth, and we've got old Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool and young Ryan Reynolds. We've got Yellow Suit Wolverine. I hope that's not a troll. And yeah, we've got the entire cast of Cheers as well while we're at it. So some of those things have to be false. What figures do you think we're actually going to get from this? Mike, you may as well go first. You chose.
This is a hard one because correct me if I'm wrong, but at this time, didn't we know we were getting Cable in Deadpool 2? Like we knew who
No.
the main antagonist was.
Sorry. Yeah, possibly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And we know
is
nothing.
that still a mystery right now? Like we don't know who the main antagonist
Well, I
of the
think-
film is,
Yeah, you're right.
besides leaks and stuff like.
What? I think partly Wolverine is the antagonist. Partly, but
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Is
there
Cable
probably
in
will
this
be
as
one
well?
that brings them together. He might.
I
be.
don't know.
No,
I've
Cable
heard
isn't in
nothing.
this. I've heard he's
Okay.
not.
Yeah, because I mean that would obviously be the easiest go-to besides our main character would be the villain, but I don't really know if they've defined who the villain is yet, which is actually pretty exciting. Oh, God, I'm gonna say we get a Sabretooth out of this one. Besides, obviously, Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm gonna say Sabretooth.
Okay, so you think they're going to give us like an updated, newer version of Deadpool?
Mhm.
What about you, Jackman, Wolverine, the Yellow Suit? Do you think that's?
Yeah. Sorry, I just thought those were like a given. I think those are. A
Yeah,
given.
no,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, I would say like they're not gonna give you the title. They're not gonna not give you Deadpool that title character. He's just too big not to give us.
Yeah.
The Wolverine, the Yellow Suit, I really hope to do with the Hugh Jackman sculpt as well, and the mask.
Mhm.
I want both.
I
want him
cannot
wearing the
see
mask.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got to get the mask.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, those two figures for sure. And we know that there's no, well, we don't know for sure, but it doesn't seem like there's any licensing issues between Marvel and Hugh Jackman and all that, right? We just got a Wolverine, so should be smooth sailing for that figure. But I'm thinking for the third figure, Sabretooth.
Okay. And like anyone else, just feel free to jump in this. I mean, have you heard any rumors that you think, yeah, that's actually could be true, and they'll more than likely give us that, or they could potentially give us that? What do you think, Eddie, or anyone else? Eddie?
I don't. I'm sorry to say. I hope we get a lot, but I don't think that they'll give us anything other than Deadpool and Wolverine. The one thing I do think is a good possibility we'll get this time is a unmasked head sculpt for Deadpool.
That's a great call. That is a great call. Yeah.
I'd be surprised if we got anything other than them two. I would love a whole Fox X-Men line. So if they do, because I think it was rumored that Storm was going to be in here. So like
Colossus is supposed to be in here. I can see them giving us Colossus for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
Trevor,
Colossus,
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be great.
I just wouldn't bet on that.
No, I wouldn't bet on it either, but I could see them. I think if he plays a significant role, then this is 2 movies now. I can't imagine that they would avoid doing that, but we'll see. I guess it depends on what happens to him at the end.
Yeah, they never not give us figures that have been in loads of movies.
Well, that's a good point. So they're not, like, prior to this, right? And even in the film, Deadpool made the joke about getting like the D-listers and of the X-Men, right? But they're not really strapped to that anymore now. So they have kind of a wider berth as to who they can bring in. So that's pretty exciting for this one.
There was pictures of I don't know.
As in which the older or the
Oh yeah, like which
Will they
actors
mix it and
make
match?
an appearance?
yeah.
Because it seems like it's a multiverse thing, so they could pull the younger Professor X, or they could pull Patrick Stewart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
I hope they go with the classic.
Yeah,
the older.
that could be a great. Yeah, because if X-Men are coming into this, you'd expect to see Patrick Stewart in the wheelchair as well, and have the whole setup like that'll be
Rebecca
awesome.
Romaine would be fantastic.
I did hear some rumors about
Rebecca
Stewart.
Romaine, the original Mystique. Or am I
Yep.
wrong?
Yep.
Ah,
Correct.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was better than.
Yeah, I think she's the definitive Mystique for me.
Yeah. I heard some rumors that Patrick Stewart was somewhere like on set or something, or had been filming at that time, or unavailable for something at a certain time. So the rumors about that. Michael Chiklis was seen on set supposedly. It's pictures, pretty clear pictures of him dressed up in like the Ben Grimm makeup. So maybe Thing? I don't know.
JB suggesting the Gina Carano, but isn't she? This is under the Disney umbrella, and they are definitely not seeing eye to eye still. Would that be right?
Yeah, that's right. That would be a
Reckon-
great surprise. But
Reckon that? So she's back doing cons now, I think, and
Yeah, they.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, she's still working. She's still active on social media. She's still doing films. Not the top big tier tent films we've been used to from her, but she's still active. It would
You
be
think
cool.
there's
It
any
would
way,
bury the
given
hatchet.
that- Yeah. I can't see that happening, but I mean, I think if it did, then people would be having their fingers crossed for what's her Mando character?
God, I can't remember her name.
Why am I
right
drawing
now.
a blank?
Good question.
I know she's
Eddie
one of my
has-
favorite characters, and I just can't.
Yes, me too.
Concentration.
Cara
face
Dune.
on-
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune, yeah, Cara Dune. She was cool in Cara Dune.
I think, and this is just purely speculation, but I think the issue is more of like her and her relationship with Lucasfilm than Disney in general.
Okay.
Just speculation. So maybe there's that little bit of hope that she could come on through the Marvel door rather than the Lucasfilm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think a lot of people would want that. Would want that figure.
oh yeah,
All right. So I agree with you, Mike. There's an updated Deadpool, and there's a yellow suit Wolverine. Hopefully, it'd be wrong if they didn't do it. And after that, then it's hard to know, because I just kind of from what I've seen from Ryan Reynolds, and he likes a good laugh. a lot of that stuff, they could have nearly been just like, okay, this might cost 100,000, but we're going to film a bunch of random stuff and just leak it on purpose so to completely misdirect people. He has a strange sense of humor and he has the money to do it, but yeah, but isn't it kind of good that we don't know who the villain is, that we don't already know, oh yeah, the villain is definitely this guy? Isn't that kind of cool to be going into a movie like that knowing that we really know nothing, very little besides a few
I
leaks?
kind of like the lack of speculation that's going on, except that, you know what I mean, like we know who's going to be, who are the main characters. Like, it's usually like a constant barrage of like, this is what could happen, you know what I mean? Like, just knowing the you know, the bad guy. So I kind of like it. I kind of like the lack of people talking about it so far.
It's almost like a CIA psyop, you know, like, so the CIA will be like, there are aliens, and then everyone goes, now I know there's not aliens because you said there were aliens. So it's like when you get overwhelmed by information, you kind of just don't believe anything and believe everything at the same time. And that's how I feel about this film.
Like it's hard to see the forest through the trees.
Yeah,
I mean,
like everyone's in it, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, right?
And it's already hyped up as it is because of what it is and because of Hugh Jackman and everything. So, you know, a lot of these things, it just gets like people get overly speculative and expect so much to happen and so much tie-in and so much, you know, crossover and then when it comes out and it doesn't live up to that, it's like, that was kind of a disappointment. It's like, well, you built it up to something it wasn't going to be. So I kind of like the lack of speculation that's happening right now, except for, this guy might be in it, that guy might be in it, this character might show up, that character might show up, that's it.
I've never really liked that narrative of like, you know, don't expect too much, don't get your hopes up, guys. It's all your fault if you get your hopes up and then something isn't good. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Well, if you buy into it,
that I'm not setting the behavior, I'm not setting the expectations for what from this third movie could be. They did with the quality of the first and second. So now I'm like, I want the third one to be on par with that or better.
Oh yeah, quality-wise.
I mean?
I'm not even talking about quality. I'm talking about specific plot points or something that people get into and like, oh, that's gotta happen. Snoke's gotta be, you know, X, and it's like, oh, Snoke was nothing. Oh, okay.
I really
that's
hope
disappointing.
Snoke is not in
Snoke.
You know, as an example.
Snoke kind of looks like Deadpool with the mask off now that I think about it.
Kind of, yeah. There we go.
Maybe it is him.
Yeah. So, anyone want to like? Anyone else have something that they're dying to say about Deadpool's crotch?
We haven't seen the
I'll
trailer
wait.
yet. Have we? There's no trailers or anything. There's no teasers. It's quite surprising.
Super Bowl, I hear.
Yeah,
the
that's
Super Bowl
first.
is where it's all
Oh,
going to be
really?
done.
Trailer. I don't even know if it'll be a trailer.
2 weeks.
It's a teaser at the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to put this image up on the big screen and call it a day.
You know, they'll have the two of them just sitting there watching the game or something like that.
Yeah,
you know,
on the-
down
yeah,
their
I
costumes
love
or
that,
something
though. I
like
love that,
It'll
just like-
likely be something like that.
So like breaking the fourth wall inside, breaking the fight now, 16 walls.
This film has such an advantage because of the goodwill going into it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun. As long as I just get a few laughs out of it, get to see some characters I've wanted to see for a while, I think I'll be pretty easy to satisfy with this one.
Because the first two, like, they just had that formula of the action was great, the comedy was great, and it was just like self-aware and the quick wit and the pop culture references, or him going back in time to shoot himself for making the first. I just thought that was bravo. That is just
That was brilliant.
Or like even like himself, he finishes the script for Green Lantern. Welcome to the big leagues. I love that. I loved all that. Like, you know. Yeah. So okay, cool. Dan, I'm gonna go to you next. Go on. What you want to pick?
I'm gonna go Joker.
All right, Joker. Straight in there with the Joker, folks. What can you say? I'm just gonna scroll through some images. I'll just listen to the conversation. I'll chime in at different points, but I'll just get the images up first. And yeah,
Can I just, you know, the pre-order, is that up now? Was it UK time at 8 o'clock?
I don't know.
I have no idea. And
Is
I
it
think
tomorrow?
it's
know.
also not internationally licensed. I don't think.
No.
Well, no, but I was
So-
just looking on Kit. It's at Kit.
Oh,
it's
right,
not up
yeah.
yet. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd say Kit would be a good bet. You've a person in the UK that usually sources stuff for you, don't you?
I do, but
don't-
I think
yeah.
with this I'll go one tip kit because that's what I did.
Okay.
The Joker, and I've got Batman and
Yeah.
Superman. I think most of us go with kit,
Yeah,
don't they?
I get you,
Oh,
I
is
get
it
you, yeah.
tomorrow, agency? Okay, I thought it was.
Yeah, I
today.
think it's
Thanks.
tomorrow. Yeah.
So, like, I just go through some of this part here before we look at the images, and you can all just chime in or whatever. So we got InArt Joker 2019. After meticulous refinement by InArt team, we are thrilled to unveil our masterpiece, the Rhodium series. On that, the precious metals. They've got Gandalf was silver, and Pennywise is silver. The Joker Root 2-pack is platinum. And Rhodium, this is their top tier one, so I do believe it's based on the price per ounce or price per grams, and the higher, the more precious the metal, the more expensive the collectible is going to be. Can anyone remember? Was there a gold tier as well? I know that there's
I don't know.
silver, platinum, and
Was
Rhodium.
Aragorn? Do we know what Aragorn was? We don't.
I see. I couldn't find the ones because we only seem to know these things when
or
they
the
get released,
Batman.
which is a bit
Yeah.
frustrating, you know. So I thought there was another one. I think it's gold, but right. So it's the Rhodium. This is their most expensive top tier, and it doesn't seem to be like a measure of quality. The quality seems to be consistent throughout, but this is like you're getting more. You're getting a lot more, and it's more expensive. So two different incredible versions for collectors to choose from. Choose your favorite and elevate your collection. So you get the deluxe version, which is the 2-pack. You got one rooted hair Art of Fleck, one rooted hair Red Suit Joker, 2 fully articulated bodies, 2 sets of clothes, 2 sets of shoes, 9 sets of interchangeable hands, 2 bases. I like the way there's 2 bases in both SKUs. I do like that. 14 accessories. In the premium version, you get all of that as well. And you get... is this the extra stuff here? Or... Oh yeah, 1 rooted bathroom scene head sculpt, 1 rooted hair hospital scene head sculpt, 1 rooted hair Arthur Fleck and body, 1 rooted hair Joker, fine. 4 articulated bodies, 4 sets of clothes, 3 sets of shoes, 4 clothing accessories, 12 sets of interchangeable hands, 19 accessories and 3 bases, but the turban is quite small. So look, Dan, you chose this. I'm just going to flick through these images and just feel free to just...
I didn't put together his... There's 4 outfits and 3 sets of shoes?
Yeah, I copped that as well. I think Lancelot's Nerd Corner was saying that as well. Which
You have to
is-
swap one of those?
a bit unusual. I wonder, because I think it was Lancelot's Nerd Corner pointed that out. Well, we'll have a look and see if any of the 2 pairs of shoes are the same.
Maybe they're not considering the clown
They
shoes to be
should.
shoes. I don't know.
Should all be the same, no, except for Arthur Fleck. All the
Well,
other ones should
this
be
guy
the
has
same.
brown
Yeah.
shoes here, and I think these ones are black shoes.
Yeah, if you
those
look
two
at
are the only
picture,
that should be different, though. I think.
if you look at all 4 of them standing side by side, it looks like 4 different pairs of shoes. Although the
Okay.
2 in the middle might be repeats. It's tough to tell. But he's got the clown shoes. It looks like for the red suit.
There's
got
a
them
good
up
shoe pick.
And
Yeah.
those are black. Yep.
Yeah. So there's at least 2 pairs of shoes there. So I'll zoom out and so you can get. So these are just kind of black shoes. He's got the kind of brown and black shoes for the Murray Franken. These are cool though. They're so big. At least it's there. You probably won't have to use a stand with this because the base will be so big on this. But yeah. So there's a 3rd pair of shoes. So the question is.
Yeah, he's got like the cap toe. Yeah, so I think that is 4 because he's got black shoes like that. Then he's got the dress shoes, the cap, clown shoe.
I wonder if I can. Is there a picture? of
You're
his
not
feet?
going to be
There
able
is.
to have Arthur Fleck in the bathroom scene, both with shoes on at the same time.
You think those are the same shoes, Eddie?
If that's true,
They
that's
look-
stupid.
Those two look similar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's
true, that's stupid.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that
Because
was
then you can't
annoying.
have the 4 of them. What's the point? Then you can't have the
They
4
show
them
all
together
4
if
of them
you-
standing there, like when they show the set piece.
Right.
Um,
That's what I'm looking at.
I really like this, guys. I know it's like the least favorite one or whatever, but I still think that's
The
gonna.
smiling
pop,
sculpt is incredible.
Those
It looks really, really good.
I love that. But
It's my
shading-
least favorite too, but it looks great.
Yeah, I think it does too.
My wish is that they could have had one more set with the dancing, the bathroom scene, and the standard red suit Joker as a set. But I guess I guess you might not sell these other ones. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe somebody's just a total completist.
I don't know about you guys, but this
That looks
sort
great.
of took me by surprise of how much
Wow.
I really do want to order this now.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's great sculpt.
That is
yeah, I'm going to
a
be happy
photograph.
with the double pack, to be honest.
Yeah, Dan, I know. And Shane, you know that game you wanted to play on the street? Hey, is this a real person or is this a figure?
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, come on.
yeah.
I'll be happy with the double pack, to be honest, depending on price, I think. Be interesting to see what they've said $1,000, haven't they? With not including obviously the
Everything.
I've heard
stores
of-
markup and things. So
Yeah.
if it's 1,300 or something like that, because that's how much we all near on paid for the double pack rooted. So I'm
think-
hoping it'll be like that. But
I think they
shipping
said
on the
1,400 for the 4-pack.
And the shipping on
Which
that
is crazy.
4-pack.
that'd be
Well,
a
if you think
massive
about the
box.
value,
I heard 15.
350
Like,
a figure.
if
It's
you
not
think-
bad.
if you think, if the value, what was it now? Okay, in fairness, okay, the Joker, the Rooted 2-pack, the first one they did, with the diorama base, that was what, $1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then, now the thing is, it was 1,100 shipped in some places,
Mm-hmm.
but this is like 14 not shipped, but you are getting a whole other big diorama base and then 2 other figures. It's expensive, but you could, like, how much would the steps diorama cost for someone to custom it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Even if
custom-
you're
Yeah, that's
saying
going to
it's-
cost you $300 to get that alone.
Yeah.
There's a third party one I think that's still available on certain sites that looks similar to the steps. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're talking $350 a piece for, I believe all of them are rooted, right? I don't know about the
Yeah.
clown one. Did they bother to
Yeah,
root
they're
that,
all
or
yeah.
Well, that would be realistically. It doesn't need to be rooted anyway. It could be the
Doesn't
same
need to
material
be
that they
rooted
make
underneath
actually one of
it,
those
yeah.
balding caps out of anyway.
so you're not?
I'm
yeah,
a bit
that's true.
annoyed
Yeah,
about
he's
the
got the
shoes
bald
thing
cap
though.
on.
Like,
Right.
Like-
He's got the bald cap.
Yeah,
but
I gotta
it's
find
not
that
molded
set
green
picture.
hair. It is like that puffy fake clown hair. So it's
Mhm.
still
it's
cool.
like
Mhm.
a candy floss.
Yeah.
So, does that mean Does that mean you cannot? I want to have a quick. I will come back to this photo, right? Because this is stunning. But
Agree with you, Ian, on that one.
let's just have a look at this. Where does it say? Okay, 3 sets of shoes. So does that mean it's the kind of brown and black shoes he's wearing, the Murray Franklin red suit, the big massive clown shoes, and then the kind of just the black shoes? Then he must be wearing the same black shoes. Then I'll take another look, but in the when he's Arthur Fleck,
Yeah.
or in the bathroom dancing scene, would that be correct?
Yeah.
That's what it looks. Yeah.
So then you can't have the 4 of them posed next to each other unless you go by.
I'm
the custom
hoping-
pair
I
of
mean,
shoes.
if you look at, I got this up, Shane, if you want to just pop it up, or if you want to go to it, it's on their Instagram page. But it
Yeah.
shows all 4 figures with shoes on.
Yeah, I'm
Could
hoping
it just
that
be a typo?
it's just. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. It's just
Just
them
a
making a
typo, I
mistake,
can't
and they're
believe-
saying 3 different.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. 3 different types of shoes, but 2 of them wear the
that
same
makes
pair. You know what I
more
mean?
sense.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, I think if you're on Collecting Weekly now, you get the points from Zach there, like, you know. So
Yeah, that may
Yeah,
be just an English translation type of.
that's fair. That's fair. That's
yeah.
fair. And even like
unique
technically, it's their grammar would be right there. 3 different types of shoes. You'd want to be able to tell this story, because a lot of people are kind of going like, and I'm in there as well. Like, you know, how much do you love this character? Do you need all 4 versions of this? I think everyone just wants the red suit version. But at least if you do get the 4-pack, if you're leaning towards that, it does tell a story.
Can I-
They should have arranged these in order of, as they appear in the movie. They should have. I suppose they're trying to highlight the red one, but it should have like Arthur Fleck, and then the clown, and then the dancing scene, and then the red. Because that's how I would arrange it. I put them in a story, like, you know, if you had them in a Magic case or whatever, or even like top row or whatever row of the Bladedens
Would you-
or D-top or whatever.
Right.
So there's 2 dioramas, but each diorama is for the same Joker. So would you have rather seen a bathroom scene diorama or a 3rd diorama? Because you're not, and this is just display, because obviously for pictures, you want both of those. But I mean, display-wise, you're only going to use one of those dioramas with the Joker, because you can't
Yeah.
be in both.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you think that they did the right thing there? Or do
I
you
would
think they should have
rotate,
added like a bathroom?
Personally, I like just rotating figures. Sometimes I'll put, if I was to get these, I just put them in a row in a bleeding or whatever. I just put them like one figure per shelf the way I do, like just on the same row, so it tells the story. Or you know, maybe you take the red suit version out, then you put it in that studio, or you have them walking on the steps, or you have the Arthur Fleck walking down the steps. I'd like to move them around a bit, you know what I mean? But there's a lot there.
I don't know necessarily need a diorama for each one of these. I mean, it'd be nice. They'd look great side by side with something for each one, but like a subway background for, you know, the clown one, or a hospital or something like that.
The makeup desk with a
makeup desk.
Makeup desk would have been
But we could do this for every single figure ever made. Oh, what if it came with this? What if it came with this?
Yeah.
Are you happy with what it came from? Dan is like straight in there, guys. Cut the shit. Who's getting this?
No. I just think this is the first figure that I've seen for a long time that's actually made me, through the photos, which are
they're great.
Coming from a photographer as well, really good. These are the best sort of photos I've seen.
Just my
pre-order photos for a long time.
Love that.
And I just think this is the first figure for a long time that's made me that I was sort of on the fence before, but now after seeing the photos and things like that, it's made me think that I want to order it, and I didn't think I would last week. So
they did a great job of this exact moment.
Yeah.
Do you remember that moment when he's walking and he's just like, he's like uber confident. Subway. He walks different. They just nailed
subway.
that. Yeah.
But is this the same as me? Were people on the fence with this, and then you saw this yesterday? Because I think that Arthur Fleck, that shot there, back there, Shane, that one, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I'm a one figure per character thing, but I think if I got the double pack, I would pose him with like this next to the red, because I think that is, I know it's a paper bag, but it just looks just normal. It's really weird. It looks like a normal person. It looks like just. I think the Arthur Fleck. A lot of people were, you know, talking about the bathroom scene and the
I saw four guys who looked exactly like this today.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what I mean? The Arthur Fleck figure.
Saw two of these
a few weeks ago wasn't as good as this. Now they've really made it.
That.
I mean, that is great. Going back to the clown one there.
This
looks go pose.
Yeah,
this is getting a lot of like, oh, this is going to be parted out. I gotta say, like, just the things I'm noticing about this, it looks very like photorealistic. If you look at the the hands. The hands look so good, and the seamless wrists, and even the fit of the clothes. Think about how many layers this has. This is one thing I've always been impressed by InArt. You got like his shirt on, his tie, he's got a mustard waistcoat, the kind of checkered blazer thing, and then the doctor's coat. This could have been looking really bulky, and if it turns out like this, it looks very good. Obviously using a thinner body underneath or whatever, but it's done very... I think this is cool, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And to piggyback off what Dan was saying, this is not like my favorite depiction of the Joker. I really love the movie, but I have some issues with him becoming the Joker, and I think some people did when the movie first released, because I remember there being discussion. Maybe he just inspired the real Joker, right? And also his age compared to Bruce is a little strange. But anyway, he's not my ideal Joker. But looking at these pictures, man, just to pass on that red suit, I would love to have that figure.
I love the movie. I looked at it as like an Elseworlds type of thing too. It wasn't necessarily like, you know, supposed to fit into. My dilemma is and this is why I've stopped doing customs, honestly, for the most part. I already have 2 custom Jokers, and they're great. I really like the way they're done, but this thing looks better. They've done this to me twice now with Aragorn, and now with the Joker. But I honestly think I'll probably be selling these, probably taking a bath on them and picking this up because it looks really good. I love the movable eyes. I think they did a great job on this sculpt. I think it's one of the best sculpts I've seen.
Sell those figures now, mate. Get them up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's already too late.
I just want to recognize
I know, man.
this comment here. I just want to acknowledge this comment here. Thanks very much for that. That is, now it's kind of remembering it now, because I knew that Aragorn and Pennywise, they're silver, they're AG. And then Rhodium, this is Rhodium. And then Platinum was the Rooted 2-packs to have the box and says on that. But it's Mercury. I think he's right on this one. And yeah, because when I was looking them up, like there does seem to be a bit of a tier system, because like I think it's done by like say the price per gram or price per ounce of the metals, whatever. So that would make sense. Like yeah, so thanks for that. I do appreciate that. Blazing Asian had a comment there. This figure has more shoes than me. That's fine. Shane, you need to move. You're seeing too many people that look like Artifly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only January, and we have had a DeLorean Mark III, an Iron Man Mark II, Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile, and a Phoenix Joker. Yeah, God help us all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God help us all. Yeah. So Dan, you're I think you're in on this. You're in the 2-pack, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so. Unless, like I say, we're all saying it's $1,000, but if it's on 1/6 kit for $1,000, I'll be surprised. So it just depends. I probably will. It's one of those pay the deposit and worry about it in 18 months.
Yeah,
which a lot of us are probably
it's a
doing.
problem for future Dan and Carbonate. Yeah,
That's right. Screw that guy.
Just the panel
Yeah.
members. Could I get you all just to mute if you're not talking? 'Cause I'm getting some fuzz or feedback there. I'm not sure who's it from, but it's gone now. Yeah, it's gone. Thanks. So if you're
Yes, I will get it. I mean, I'm being quite careful on what I'm buying this year, so this would be definitely something that I'd look forward to get. I mean, it looks like a masterpiece, a real piece of art. Whatever pack you're going to get, which option. But yeah, like I said, this is probably the first time for a long time that it's something's changed my mind. I don't know if I'm in the hype. You know what I mean? The hype, because everyone's talking about it and things like that, and how we'll all feel in, a year. But remember, we've got the
Broke
second
and
film
hungry.
coming out at the end of the year. So
broke and hungry, that's how you feel.
wow, and we've got the second movie in October. Is it? I don't know when it's out. Joker 2.
Yeah, it's I think it's November.
November. So I doubt this will be out for then, but there'll be an extra.
It's quarter one next year. That's what they're saying.
There'll be an extra buzz for that when the film's out.
3, 4 next year, I'd imagine. You can.
Yeah, and I hope that's great, because I want a Gaga Harley Quinn. For me, that'd be amazing if they did that.
Yeah.
So X-Men Supreme saying the prices are out. It's $1,000 for the 2-pack. Again, I think they're local Hong Kong or China prices, so that doesn't include shipping, customs, import, and the inevitable markup. People aren't going to buy this for you and get it for you for nothing. They're going to take, I don't know what, their site should take 30%. So, I mean, if you want a realistic version, I would say, right, as JB was saying, more like $1,000 plus $350 shipping. So I'd say if you're going for the 2-pack and you want a realistic idea, what I would be doing personally is I'd be tacking on probably 20% maybe to that $1,000. So it'll bring you up to $1,200, then adding on $350 shippings, and then working out if you've any customs. So like the 1,000 becomes what, over $1,500, and the 1,500 one probably comes with $2,000.
So if it was
realistically
$1,500 per
compare yourself.
would you guys pay that? Because
If it's
that's
1,500
quite
for
a lot
what?
of money.
For the
double.
4-pack.
Yeah.
If
No,
it
not
was
the full
1,500
double.
shipped, or
Yeah.
the double. Yeah, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Because if it's $1,000 and say you get it from Kit's not going to make $100 out of it, is he? He's going to probably put more on than that, and then you've got the shipping on
Because
top.
he got burnt. I think Kit
Yeah, he did.
got burnt
Yeah.
on the 2-pack because the box was so big, because InArt weren't communicating with him, and he took the hit, and it showed amazing customer service, and
brilliant.
definitely earned a lot of cred with the 1/6 scale collectors, like, and just excellent customer service, like. So you're in a business, you want to make money, you shouldn't have to be dealing with those things, I suppose. But yeah, I imagine you won't make the same mistake twice.
you
You've made
getting this
3 videos on this, and you're trying to convince us that you're not getting it.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Listen,
I
now,
wasn't going to get it until I
I
saw
didn't
this
say I
video.
wasn't going to get it.
Exactly.
I didn't say I wasn't going to get it. Okay? You see, again, as usual, I pass on a lot of things I like. I pass on a lot of the things that look cool to get the things I love. But I'm not sure this falls into that category. The movie is a great piece of art. It's stunning. But it's like, when I come home after a long day of work, it's like, oh, I can't go home and watch this guy's mental breakdown into madness. It's not. I can go home, no matter how bad my day is, I go home and if I throw on Terminator 2, The Matrix, Shawshank Redemption, I'll always, that's a heavy enough film as well, but I'm always going to be like, that just hit the spot. Like, Shawshank Redemption, as heavy as it is, there's still a lot of hope at the end of it. You know what I mean? So, but I gotta say, yeah, the photos, the posing, the way they've shot them, the accessories, the bases, it is definitely reeling me in. It is 100% reeling me in because I think it's going to be absolutely stunning.
Yeah. One good thing about this.
Really,
sorry.
Go on.
I was going to say that one good thing about it is you don't have to worry that it's going to pull you into like the rabbit hole of other figures from this film, because that's all there is going to be.
Yeah, the 4-pack is the entire cast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who do they need?
Not at all. You get this, and you
if they're doing the Zazie Beats, they got to do a Domino, man. That
would be great.
It really depends on where this shakes out in terms of like what we're talking about shipping and stuff as to whether I go 2 or 4. But I mean, I'd love the 4. It looks great. I don't think I need it, but they just look so good. I don't know. I really want the bathroom dancing one. I have a custom outfit for that, but I never had a good sculpt for it or anything. So, I mean, it's all here. Like you said, the hand positions. That's one thing you can't get with customs is you can't get specific hand positions that work from the film. And it's all here, man. And we already know they do a nice job. So it's gonna be tricky.
I tell you what you could do. You could speak to some collectors and see if you wanted to go halves on a 4-pack and see what they wanted out of that.
Give me all the good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I bet you want the Doink the Clown version.
I tell you what, people would
for a good deal.
You wouldn't be surprised though.
It's true, man.
It's possible. Yeah. They get the two pack and they just want the Doink.
Didn't Dean Knight have a custom bathroom scene and with a little dio with it?
Yeah, he did a Dean Knight. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think that's the. I forget which sculpt that is. I think I know, but
the mirror.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you had that.
It looked really good. My
only point was like, if you were looking to add that to one of these figures, I guess you can reference that, see if it's put a link or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think the movie was like literally shot and designed they didn't want the audience to be comfortable watching it.
I love that.
I think
I
love movies like that.
You know when he's tying his laces,
Yeah.
and the sound of the laces, just that scratching tension, like it's about to break. It's almost like, well, he's the one about to break, but that's like nails in a chalkboard, man. It was unnerving. It's very well done, I have to say. But.
I like films like American Psycho, where you end up walking away going, what was in his head and what was real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the Inception, like that thing take a speed wobble at the end, or did it keep going? Right, we're going to go through the panel before we move on. So, Dan,
Yeah.
You're in the 2-pack?
2-pack. Could
Okay.
have 2-pack depending on if there isn't a massive price hike from 1,000.
There will be. Phil. Phil.
If someone approached me 12 months ago and said, I really want the Jacqueline Phoenix Joker figure, I probably would have laughed at him and said, why would you want that as a figure? Great movie, but now, I'd love to get this. And I'd love to go all in. I can't afford to do the 2 or go all in, but if I was going to do it, I think I'd have to go all in. These are tremendous.
4?
I would go 4, yeah, they're tremendous. That lineup there is...
Man.
I'm not going to, by the way, but if I could, I would.
Eddie, I just got a feeling you've got some sort of hot take here. Embrace the dark side.
Oh no,
Do it.
I was gonna say earlier, I think I'm a little more depressed than some of you because seeing the movie, like it was definitely crazy and like depressing, but like for him it ends happy. Like towards the end, like I know you guys are saying it ends depressing and people were like ready to get out of the theater, but for him he's happy in the end, and once he becomes the Joker,
Fair point.
I get goosebumps when he's going down the elevator, and then when he's on the stairs and he's dancing, and like, that's not depressing for me. So I don't know, maybe I'm fucked up.
You're not wrong though. You're onto something, because it plays with your emotions and your moral compass, because he's literally just like stabbed a guy in his apartment. Yeah. And then he dyes his hair green, throws on a suit, and looks slick. And that song, Rock and Roll Part 2, I think it's Gary Glitter or whatever. And he's walking down the steps, and he's got swag. He's walking different. He's carrying himself different. The music is banging. He's just dancing. You're like, I feel so good for this guy. He's blossoming. And you realize the guy's a psychopath. And you catch yourself and you go, that's a dark thought. Don't say that. Definitely don't say that on live stream. But I get you. Like, you're kind of rooting for him, but at the same time, it's like, you know, he's capable of anything. Like, it's
Madness
crazy.
can be happiness.
Yeah, fine line.
Yeah, but I was
Are
only
you interested?
Yeah, I was only considering the 2-pack because I really wanted the red suit, but I really, really love this movie, and I watched it again yesterday when everybody was putting out their Joker content, and I love it so much. I think I got to get the 4-pack. I think I have to have them all together, and just the different poses I could do and pictures, and I'm willing to sacrifice some stuff coming this year, because honestly, for me,
like food
other than,
and water and shelter.
Yeah, I mean figures. Some stuff that I have coming in for figures, I'm willing to cancel or get rid of in order to make the 4-pack happen. So
Go,
I'm
Eddie.
gonna go all 4.
Sometimes you gotta. Now, I actually know a bit of exclusive news.
Wow.
I know the number of the 4-pack.
Oh, like how many are being made?
Yeah.
You gonna tell
gonna
us,
be
or you
limited.
just gonna fucking play with me?
And it's going to be numbered. I will address some of these chats and then I'll tell you.
Wow. So, you
So
made me
we got
Not
Evil
in-
Sneaker. This movie shows what's wrong with society. Kind of makes me torn about the figure. We got you wouldn't get it. I like that. Nice reference. Evil
was good.
Sneaker giving a shout out to Joey. Yeah, he did stab the guy, but kind of honestly probably just had a. Yeah, he did kind of. He came over to get the gun because he was self-serving, I think, wasn't it?
Dude,
so he gave him a gun, yeah.
in
Yeah.
the theater, I don't know if you guys had this experience, but yeah, I'm different, and I'll say it live. I don't really care. So after he does that shit to the other clown, and then the little guy is like jumping up trying to escape, and he can't reach the lock. I was dying in the theater. I was laughing.
I think you were.
Was that one of
supposed
those-
to- Yeah.
Was that one of those things where you're laughing and then
Nervous
you're like, am I
laughter.
supposed to be laughing? And then
Ah,
like, yeah,
man.
so you're going to
It
get
happens a
cancelled
lot.
then.
Yeah.
Ah, no, that's exactly it was supposed to be funny. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Darkly funny.
these are
I laugh.
officially numbered, and it turns out there's going to be 7 of them. Yeah. I just totally just strung you along there for
Oh,
3
boy.
months. There's 7 4-packs, guys. You gotta make sure you put that dry powder away. No, I don't have a clue. I don't
These
know
aren't
anything.
numbered though. These aren't limited, are they?
No.
Any of them.
I don't think so. I think they're
The
unlimited.
thing is,
So we don't have to be
Made to
on
order.
tomorrow, do we? And it'll be like Glastonbury tickets, trying to get them at 8 o'clock, or is it going to be?
do you remember? I actually have it. Actually,
Yeah, I'm not
One
playing that
second.
game anymore with
One
these guys.
second, I believe I
No,
have
no,
this.
no way, no, yeah.
Oh,
One second.
like the cutoff date thing, you mean? Because it is funny. Like if you go on Kit right now, it says the cutoff date to order the Batman, which is still
Yeah, it's
available.
on
is
there now.
October 2020,
It's
2022.
back on, they put it back on, haven't they?
Yeah,
The Batman
yeah.
and Superman are back on there now.
Oh yeah, but
No.
it still shows the cutoff date of a year ago.
If you look at this,
I mean, I don't
right,
mind.
it says
it's great.
Joker Joaquin Phoenix, but now you can't really make it out there, but it says in brackets after a little square LE, and people were speculating it was going to be limited edition, and I'm nearly sure John from InArt said it would be limited. That might
think-
necessarily mean
I
it's
think
numbered.
I think the 4-pack
on,
is limited,
Will's
but I
channel
don't know
last-
the number.
Did
Yeah,
anyone?
I don't know
watch
the number either. I was
Will's
only
channel?
joking. Sorry?
Will Foxication he had an interview with John yesterday,
Right.
and he was quite good. It's quite a good interview, and he was just saying that I don't think it is limited. It's
Okay.
not limited.
Well, that's good to know. So there won't be
or
just 7 of
LE
them.
could
Okay.
be, I think LE is lanthanum on the periodic table. So maybe that's
Oh right. So now they're expanding. They're expanding. Right. So the next thing then, I suppose. Look, I'm just going to flick through the rest of these photos because they are stunning, and then we'll move along. But just the next person while we're going through. So Dan's in. Phil, you didn't give me a yes or no. You're struggling with this one, aren't you? I think you're on mute.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm probably going to miss the pre-order deadline, so I doubt I'm going to get them. But if money were to land on my lap tomorrow, then yeah, I'd be in. I'd love to get the figures, but it's just
Got a great custom for sale, fell cheap.
There you go.
Does he come with shoes?
Yeah, shoes. Yeah,
Okay, that's good.
and socks.
Yeah, I gotta say, they've done a great job at like, this is like advertising at its best. Like, I mean, they've got like the figure looks good, the sculpts looks good, the tailoring looks awesome, the accessories look good, the rooted hair, the posing is very good, kind of showcasing the articulation of some of these, the hands and stuff like that, and the base is like, they're getting better at even just showcasing their stuff, I think. And there's a bunch of photos as well, and I feel like you can see what you want to see in these photos. So
you can.
yeah,
Like I said, this is probably one of the best pre-order photos. Like,
it's a good
packages
showcase.
I've
It's a
seen.
good showcase.
I love that
Now,
they
Hot
show
Toys
you
are
the.
good, but this-
Oh yeah, but the Arthur Fleck without the jacket on, you can really see the body, the custom body, because he's lost a lot of weight for this film. He looks very gaunt, and in one of these photos, he's got that rolled forward shoulders, and
Yeah.
they really went to great lengths to capture his body type, even though in some of these he is under a lot of clothing.
Yep.
Looks
Fair
fantastic.
point.
And
So,
I just want to say real quick,
go on, yeah.
for people who really enjoyed this movie, if you haven't seen The King of Comedy, go back and check out that film. It's a classic. It's a Scorsese, De Niro classic,
incredible.
and yeah, it's great. And you'll really get an additional kind of I guess, Easter egg by the fact that De Niro, the character he plays in this film versus the character he plays as Rupert Pumpkin.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah. There's
It's like a switch.
It's a redemption arc, maybe, or the opposite of redemption arc.
It's yeah.
Really great
Karma.
movie to check out. Because of course Taxi Driver was talked a lot in reference to this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think The King of Comedy is even more referential in this. And so go
Right.
back and check that out.
A lot closer, I think, the King
Yeah.
of Comedy. For
sure.
Trevor, you are keen on this then.
Yeah, I'm most likely at least going to get the 2-pack. I really would like to get the 4-pack. I just got to see what that total package price is.
I'm telling you, it's $2,000, man. I just can't see it.
I think it's probably going to be close. I'm going
no.
to take a guess that it's going to be, if it's 14, I'm guessing it's going to be like 1,750 or 1,800 or something like that. I don't know if they'll be
Yeah,
taking,
I think-
because they're already getting. I mean, $1,000 is the sale price. That's not what dealers like Kit are going to get it for. So
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly.
they'll mark it up and still make some money anyway, even if they mark it up $150 and then plus shipping or whatever. So I'm going to guess around 1,750, 1,800 or something
Also,
like that.
But Kit's free shipping, right?
If Kit has free shipping, so he'll just mark it on the back end, I guess. So yeah.
The box may not be as big for the 2-pack at least. The 4-pack will be a huge box.
There's your
I
answer
think
there,
they
Dan.
learned, didn't they? I think they learnt from the
Yeah.
Joker, the comments they had.
Yeah.
I think that the boxes were too big.
Yeah.
But like, they're not gonna have a choice here. Like, they have like bloody half a soccer team inside here. So this kind of answers your question, Dan. You InArt for Kit Chen posted InArt Phoenix Joker is an open item, and you will see details by 30th of January. So that's tomorrow. You should see it going up.
Is most people going to go with Kit? What the guys in the States, are you going to do
think
that?
so.
I mean, there's no sideshow or nothing anyway,
He
because they haven't got the
seems-
license, so it's got to be somewhere like that, isn't
He
it?
seems to get it out the fastest. So if
Yeah.
I'm in the States, and I'm always gonna order an art through him now.
I've got Superman and the Batman on order from him, so. But I can't say that I have like a track history because I haven't received anything yet. But he seems to be very trustworthy.
He was great for the Joker.
Yeah, he's very
Really
good.
good. It's really
Yeah, I
good.
got
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Joker from him.
I have messaged Lion Rock Toys and asked them how much these will cost. So and if it's not as cheap as kit, I will go. I'll go kit.
gonna get us a
But,
discount
yeah,
there,
it's
Shane?
like.
If I put in one 6-figure focus, I get 10% off.
I just want to see what the all-in ship price is, and I need someone who can. I don't want to. I'm not paying customs on this. Like this is no. So yeah. So I'm. It's not a no. It's not a yes. I want to see the prices, but it looks stunning. Looks stunning. Finally, Mike, is this something you could swing, or you're not having it?
So this is something that I would buy because it's beautiful art. That's the temptation, but that's also something I try to avoid.
It's a slippery slope,
Because
isn't
that's
it?
a very slippery slope, right? So for me, for my collection, even though this is like leagues above it, I'm gonna bring home the Dark Knight sculpted Joker, right? Just because it fits in with what I have. And I'm trying to avoid buying something just because it's beautiful. I almost went down that road with the Aragorn, and again, like if I kept doing that, it's a slippery slope, like you said. But it is a worthy figure, that's for sure.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so look, I think we've kind of done what we have to do on this one. So, all right, so with that being said, Joker has been spoken about, Uncle Sam has gone, and Deadpool's crotch is gone as well. Dan, did you choose anything yet? Or you
Yeah, I
already
did the
chose
Joker.
Joker, yeah. And then, what about Phil? You already chose something. Eddie, did you choose anything yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, go.
I'll go with the DHL package, I guess.
Okay, that's fairly straightforward. What do we get new this week? Did you get anything new this week, Eddie? I'll go for Ian. Ian's not with us today, but he's watching. Ian got several module cases in today and ordered several more today.
Wow.
So, Eddie.
Yeah, actually, just what's today? Monday. So Saturday, I went to Frank and Sons to film a video and also pick up. I have some credit with a store there that I help out for cons and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I finally picked up the Mark One, the new one,
nice.
the diecast one. So it's a sick figure. So I'm glad I finally picked that up, and then I finally picked up the Midas diecast. So that's an even better figure.
That's
I love that
the
suit,
gold,
so-
the gold one.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
They're
You've got quite a few Iron Mans. Would that be right, or?
I'm building back up right now. I have 4, I think. And I'm gonna get all the 7 again, since they pretty much re-released all of them.
You said you're
except for
building
4
back
and
up.
7.
I saw Marco from 1/6 on Collecting Weekly bullying you the other night. I didn't like that. You know.
He
That's
bullied
not
me
cool.
because I called him out on the last
Yeah.
Hope show.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marco being a bully. Can't believe it.
You hate
If I think if we talk enough trash about Marco now, he might actually appear. and
It's
come on the
'cause
show.
He jumps
It's-
in.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
his pain that he gets from Gigi all day long,
Right.
and he takes it out on me. So
Well, I watched the
She
stream.
said no.
He did a stream that She Said No podcast. They did a stream on, I think it was on Saturday, and I watched the
Yeah.
replay yesterday, and they said that she's earning more than him now, so maybe he doesn't have to pay tax anymore. Do you know? I mean,
That's right.
I don't know
yeah,
that
so
that's how it
like
works.
as in that they put that out there that it was on the stream, like just saying what they said, So
Yeah, congrats to
Um,
her, right? She just passed the bar, I think.
yeah, man,
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
brains to burn.
Yep.
I'd say that's awesome. Like that's awesome. Congratulations to Gigi. So you got the Mark 1 and the Midas in, yeah?
Yeah, and then last week when you asked me, I blinked, but I also 2 weeks ago I got back the So Toys. It's So Toys, right? Or maybe it's Toys Era. The Rorschach from Watchmen. Who did that? Is it Toys Era?
So yeah.
Oh, okay. I got that back because I had it before and I regretted selling it.
It's a great figure.
Great
Yeah,
character
so-
too.
I got it from my brother actually, because he's trying
Cool.
to be more focused on what he collects. He's a DC guy, and he only wants Batman, really. So he's focusing on Batman. And
It's a
so I
simpler
picked it up
life.
from him.
It's a simpler life. Yeah. Trevor, did you? Or sorry, was that it, Eddie? Or
Yeah. Oh well,
Cool.
the reason I picked the DHL thing is because we were talking about last week that I think Mike was getting his Logan, or he got his Logan, and from Mondo, and I was supposed to get mine in this week through DHL. They were shipping it, and it says it was shipped Friday, but I never got it. So, and I live in an apartment complex. I got like a room where all the packages go to, like Amazon locker room, and I usually get a notification that something is ready for me, and I haven't got anything. And so I'm gonna go today and check with the office to see maybe they put it somewhere else, or it was just not put in the locker or something. But otherwise, I'm gonna have to hit up DHL and see what the hell happened.
Does the tracking show? Does it show delivered?
I got an email saying it was delivered Friday, and then when I click like to check, and then I click like details, it says can't. It says like error, can't pull up details, so I have to call them.
Oh man, yeah. DHL is frustrating, man. UPS,
Normally, the only time I've ever got stuff from them is statues, when I was buying statues more, but I never had an issue. But that was always, I would have it shipped to a DHL location and pick it up myself.
Because the stuff shipping directly from Asia is usually DHL. That's why.
Yeah. So this is my first, well, if it's a bad experience, this would be my first, but I don't know. We'll see.
Good luck, man.
Anyone else get anything new in this week?
I did actually. I got the Days of Future Past Wolverine in.
Oh, cool. I'm jealous. Mine's not ready.
Really, really great looking figure in hand, man. I mean, you can say that about every figure, I guess, but just the smell of that leather jacket, oh man, that put me over the edge. That was really cool.
That's a nice touch. So like the fact
it is.
I wish they'd show more consistency with that. If a figure is supposed to be leather, just make it leather.
Yep.
Is the Indiana Jones, the old Indy, he's leather, is he?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I think they've made I think he's leather and other accessories are leather, but I want to say there's something that on him that they left out that should be leather that isn't leather. I'm pretty sure I'm on the money there. I think so. The jacket's leather, and I think is it the whip made of leather?
I thought the whip was leather too.
Yeah,
no?
I think
it
it's
was a belt that was pleather, wasn't it? I think
the belt
or something.
The belt's been
You were so close to doing something perfect.
So little strip of leather. That's all you.
Then like Crosshair's belt is leather, right?
Yeah.
So that's so random. But one other thing I got into, I think I mentioned to you guys that the comic book Spider-Man, I had a really bad seam. I sent Sideshow the pictures.
Yeah.
He sent me a replacement body. So it's really cool, no complaints. It comes in the shipper, the box, everything. It's just all the accessories are removed, the eyes are removed, and the hands are removed. So if you're getting a replacement body, I just kind of want to give people out there what to expect if they haven't done so before. It's going to have anything that can be pulled off the figure is pulled off the figure. And all the accessories are out. So,
Good stuff.
But
Okay.
I'm happy with the service.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. Anyone else pick up anything new this week?
Yeah, the Fennec and the Book of Boba Fett Boba.
Oh, nice. Oh, sure. I saw your photos, man. That was incredible. That was
Appreciate
really
sharing and.
Yeah, that was just stunning. I didn't get anything, so I got like a big trip planned up, so you're gonna see a lot of I didn't get anything. I do have something on the way though. I've spoken numerous times before that I have an IKEA Mills bow downstairs. It's a really, really nice cabinet with kind of 8 spaces, and the troopers are in there at the moment. I had a movie icons display there, but I moved them back up here. But inevitably, long term, a few more pieces I'm looking to get in, and it's going to be a movie icons, and the troopers going to be up here in the window. So, but I got sick and tired of charging these USB chargeable. They're magnetic. You for the 8 spaces. There's different LED lights, and you clip them off and you plug them in. You have to charge them, and realistically, I like to turn them on in the evening. And if I turn them on a few hours in the evening, every evening, I might have to charge them once every 2 weeks. It's a pain. So they're just stuck onto a magnet and a sticky strip. So I'm going to take them off and clean off all the the residue that will leave with WD-40 and stuff like that. And I got in touch with Luke Light and I said, look, I have an IKEA Mills boat. Can you help me out? Do you custom make stuff or whatever? And they said we can do that. We've done them before, and they showed me a diagram, stuff like that, and asked me to take a few measurements. But they're on the way. So I'm gonna be wiring up that Mills boat, and I'm really looking forward to that. Just being able to just put on another Wi-Fi plug and click that in the evenings and just not have to worry about charging. I'm looking forward to this way too much. But there will be a review coming, and I will be showing you what it looks like. So I'm excited about that. So hopefully next week or the week after I'll have some photos and that to share. But yeah.
Nice.
I think
Cool.
I see a private chat there. Dan, you have to shoot, yeah?
Yeah, I have to. Sorry, guys. Got work
No
tomorrow.
problem. Thanks for joining us. Really do appreciate
Lovely
it.
to see
Anything
you
else
all.
wanna plug?
Hello to everyone in the chat, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, Dan.
Again.
Okay, mate. See you guys. Bye, bye, bye.
Dan, thanks a million. Thanks for joining us. Massive shout out to Dan for taking time, and everyone's taking the time here to join us on the panel and chat. And also the 64 people watching live, massively appreciated. If you're watching the replay, hugely appreciated. We're about 50 something subs away from 3K. So if you're watching now and you're not subbed, just click the button or leave. Like, don't be a lurker. Click the button or leave. Do you know? Or at least like give me some shit in the chat so I can ban your ass. Right, okay, so don't be that guy. Come on.
Yeah,
You surely have better things to do besides the lurking. Right. I can't have any more straight up than that. Massively appreciate anyone who's supporting the channel, and shout out to the channel members. So folks, who wants to pick?
Well, I have about 10 minutes before I have to jet too, so if you don't
You pick.
mind,
Yeah, no problem.
I'll do a snap here. Let's do a quick snap.
Oh, I knew you'd be picking the snap. I thought you'd be picking the snap. And the thing is, I was kind of nearly queuing that one up. I want to make sure I don't spoil this, so I have the right thing. I dug deep for these ones. I had quick question. One of the things was non-collecting related. I said, would you rather snap away beer or coffee? This is just a warm-up for the
Damn.
snap.
Yeah.
Beer or coffee?
I could do without
never have a
beer.
beer again. If you,
I
you
think
give up beer?
I-
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be.
I
beer
could
for
I
me
could
too.
deal with whiskey for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, I never. Yeah,
Coffee would
that's
be
a
tough.
Good loophole. I like that. Eddie, so you two, you'd snap beer. What about you, Phil?
Yeah, probably beer. I mean, you got Guinness. Does that? That's not really. It's not really beer, is it?
No.
Wait a minute.
Okay, maybe I should have said
Beer.
alcohol or coffee.
Beer.
Make it.
Yeah.
Make it.
Oh well, then bye coffee.
Yeah.
Does the same go for caffeine? Because I
Right.
could stop drinking coffee and drink Monsters all the fucking time. So.
I could, yeah. I could.
I've never drunk a Monster.
Okay, if
Don't
we're
start
talking,
now,
if we're labeling beer, you know, a drink that contains between 4 and 7% alcohol, your typical beers, and we'll include stouts and Guinness and drafts and that. Could you give up that or coffee, like? So you can still have your whiskey if you want.
Yeah, I'll give up the beer.
Give
Yeah,
up the
give
beer?
it the beer. Give it the
Yeah.
beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yep, beer.
I would give up beer before coffee.
Drink wine anyway.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I nearly think I would nearly drink. I think I would take a lot of thought. I wouldn't rush into it, but I think I could probably manage to give up alcohol before coffee.
All alcohol.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I
Fair
wonder
play.
if we were like we asked the same question to ourselves 20 years ago, how that conversation would go.
Right. College me versus now. I mean, I've got caffeinated water right here. So there's plenty of work around.
Hang on a second now. This is like the angel and the devil in one drink. Hold it up the camera there.
And it's
Caffeinated water.
pear hibiscus. It's
They
very
literally
fancy.
make everything. Oh my God, that is
Really make-
highbrow.
It's some
All
highbrow
right.
stuff, right?
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, folks, let's do this. So we're going to show you 3 slides. On each of the 3 slides, you'll have a choice to make. What are you going to snap? I tried to make these particularly hard this week. You can let me know if I was successful or not. So the first one, would you snap away Braveheart or would you snap away Gladiator? I think this is a good one.
Oh my
And I know
God.
Ian's answer already. I think I know Ian's answer already. You're not going to turn your back on your own, Ian. But Ian, if you're in the chat, let us know. I think it's a silly question. All right, Phil, what's going to be?
This is probably the toughest one yet, I gotta admit. Stick with like. I'll go with my Celtic pride and snap away Gladiator.
Eddie.
You got to play that meme.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's how. Sorry, Phil. Sorry, Phil. You're absolutely right. Okay, has to be done.
The Lord tells me he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're fucked.
He was talking about the InArt Joker 4 pack, I believe. Eddie. Yeah.
You're gonna get mad. You're gonna get mad at me. Jeez. I'm a Mel Gibson fan. I've never seen Braveheart, so Braveheart. All right, let's move on to the next one.
You're a Mel Gibson fan. You've never seen Braveheart?
You don't decide.
God.
You don't come on here and decide when we move on, Eddie. Right, so we're putting this away for a second.
Not a
Hey,
Mel
Eddie.
Gibson fan.
Eddie.
Trevor has like 2 minutes left, man.
And 2 minutes to sneer you is all he needs, right?
Yeah,
So-
I'll take a little extra time for this.
So I
Trevor
sent
really-
an abusive voice note to Eddie during the week. I don't think I know Eddie enough to abuse him as much as I did, but it was like, RoboCop? You didn't like RoboCop? What? And now you haven't seen Braveheart, and you're a Mel Gibson fan. What are you, 8? Like,
Jesus.
I'm only joking, Eddie.
Patriot is my Mel Gibson movie, okay? But I'll watch Braveheart.
Oh my God, you got to watch Braveheart.
Braveheart.
I have a CW pick for movie of the week next week, so I'll make it Braveheart. And
Yes.
I'll watch
Man, do you know what? I'm actually jealous of you. I'm jealous in the
I
same
know.
way that people tell me, "Oh, I haven't watched Breaking Bad. I think I might start watching." I'm just like, "Oh, you've no
Yeah, I
idea."
know.
I've never
Yeah,
heard
I'm
Cool.
jealous
I'm
you haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'm jealous you haven't seen Braveheart, man. That is
Yeah.
right. So, Phil, you're sticking with Braveheart. You're snapping away Gladiator. Eddie is snapping away, I presume. Well,
Yeah, Braveheart.
I'm gonna come
Until I
back
see
to you
it, I
on
guess.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But have you seen Gladiator?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you
Love
kind of have to
Gladiator.
snap away Braveheart because the devil you know and all that.
Yeah.
Trevor.
Gladiator. Good boy.
This is a 1 second. I want to put that up full screen. That's your custom, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I love
Pretty
this
good.
movie. I mean, this is a movie that I don't turn channels anymore, but when you used to turn channels, if it was on anywhere, if I saw it
Had to
anywhere,
watch it.
it's on. It doesn't matter what part of the movie it's in. I'm in, and I love this movie.
Yeah, man, it's damn good
That's
movie.
my-
Damn good movie. Just do you know that? Just no, I don't want to say anything about this movie. I need Eddie to watch. I don't want to spoil
Yeah.
anything about this, like, because there's some gem moments in this movie.
So many.
Mike.
All right. Well, since some of you guys have done this already, and we're presuming Agent Silver Fox has, I'll go tribalistic as well, and I am ethnically Roman, so I will snap away Braveheart.
Okay, that's solid logic.
That made a hard
Yeah,
choice
yeah.
easier.
None of these movies are bad. These are 5-star.
No,
No matter when
Gladiator's
you
great.
watch them. I've said it before. Certain albums, 5-star albums, I consider 5-star album. No matter what mood you're in, you watch it, it's always gonna hit the spot. Rage Against the Machine's first album.
Oh, yeah.
Queens of Stone Age, Rated R. Deftones, Around the Fur. Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, Nirvana. Whatever in utero. Never mind. So I think these movies, no matter when I put them on, I'm like, I always get something out of them. But I just think Braveheart would edge it for me. I would snap away Gladiator on this one. Ian, in the chat, I haven't addressed the comments yet, but I'm guessing you're snapping away Gladiator. Just to be clear on this,
Oh, you're a dick.
you're not snapping away the movies or the characters. You're snapping away the lobby scene. So the Matrix movie can still exist, but the lobby scene doesn't exist. So I don't know how they're going to work that around. Maybe I don't know. And for Terminator 2, you're not snapping away Arnie or the character. You're just snapping away the minigun scene. I know.
Getting granular here,
man.
but I like it.
But like they're
They're
you're
key.
splitting hairs. They're
Yeah.
key, like they're key movies, key parts, like. So you're not Ryan Smith. You're not snapping the Matrix. You're just snapping the lobby scene. And you're not snapping T2. You're just snapping one of the best movies for it. So,
Well,
Anyone else?
I'll jump in here and I'll say that we'll snap the Terminator scene. Yeah, just because of the impact I remember that lobby scene having on me when I first viewed it.
Yeah, I got to agree with that one. Yep.
I'm agreeing with both of them. I think that if you take away the lobby scene from Matrix, it's more of a downgrade than if you took away the minigun scene from Terminator 2.
That's fair, because like you're still going to get him like doing the rest of the stuff he did in that building, but that scene is so goddamn badass. It's only a few minutes, like, but it's and even like the way John Connor's telling you not to kill anyone, and you can do the scans. I think at one point it was like total kills, and I think it was like a decimal or something. There's something in it, like if you watch, when it sees, you see what he sees, and it's like he's it's like total kills or total casualties or something. I think it was like, I'm nearly sure there was like a 0 point something, or maybe I imagined that it was almost like someone got injured or something like that. But I maybe I'm wrong on that. Like I'm not sure if it was that. I imagined that or something. But right. So you're snapping away. Mike is snapping away the minigun scene. Trevor and Eddie are doing the same. Yeah.
Yep.
And Phil.
Yeah, I'll snap the Terminator scene. I mean.
Yeah. I think I'd do the same. I get your reasoning. Like Terminator 2, there's so many good scenes in it.
That's the problem, and that scene in the Matrix made the Matrix. I mean, if it wasn't in there, I don't know how well it would have done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That drew me in. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That was the draw for everybody else. So.
Yeah, I gotta say though, one of the bits I still think my favorite moment in Matrix, sort of an odd one. It's more like cerebral. It's like Trinity gets sent back in the subway, and Neo's about to turn and run. He just stops himself, and he does that turn, and I'm just like, oh yeah, he's doing it. He's just I'm gonna give this a go. You know what I mean? I love that. I think it just gets me every time. Like so. All right, cool. Next one. Trevor, this was specifically for you.
Really?
Snap away
What's up, Brave?
Ripley, or snap away Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor's got to go. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
man. Did that too easy.
I think it's just Ripley's too integral to the movies. I mean, I think you could work around a story without Sarah Connor necessarily. Somehow still get the same gist of Terminator movies somehow without her, but you can't do it with Alien without Ripley. You can't.
Rita brings up a great point. The Matrix, the helicopter scene when he grabs the rope. Yeah, that's solid. Because it's like you can't humanly grab the rope and then him not be pulled over, but it's like he's seeing it in his head before it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Also, the office scene really got a lot of people in the theater just cracking up. He's ducking and he's like, turn left, turn right. That really set up that universe or that world. There's so many scenes. We could talk about the Matrix forever.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm very tempted to go backwards and get the MMS 466. It's the Hot Toys Matrix Neo from the first movie, from the lobby scene. I've been watching a bunch of reviews, and I watched Dean Knight's review, and the pose he's done the cartwheel perfectly.
That's the best.
The cartwheel with the assault rifle, and he says he credits posing with Peter, but I gotta say, as much as I love posing with Peter, I think Dean just dialed in the pose that bit better, and like posing with Peter is amazing. But yeah, that's the way I'd want to pose as well. That cartwheel, it just looks awesome. So I'm delaying because I don't know what I'm going to pick here. Mike, who would you snap?
Oh, come on. This is one of the easiest for me. I mean, I've got a xenomorph on my arm. So, I've got to snap away Sarah as much as I love her. Ripley's just... I mean, I don't know, like, besides my family, like, the alien universe is pretty much my life. So, I have to keep her.
Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah. Trevor, you've already snapped away Sarah Connor. Eddie Money Mendez.
This one's interesting for me because T2 I saw as a kid, so Sarah's more nostalgic for me. I didn't see the first Alien until like 3 or 4 years ago. So, but I love that first movie so much. I think I'd still snap Sarah Connor away because I agree. I think she's more integral to the movies and to that universe, and also she's just a cooler character. I think Sarah Connor's a badass. She's cool, but I think Ripley's cooler. So.
Ripley is the Terminator in that movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
it's true.
But isn't it amazing, like the growth we see from both women, right? From the first
Yes.
film to the next film, they both have such an incredible story, and James Cameron, of course, behind both.
And like these are well written, well scripted, well acted
Female parts.
female characters, to the point that when I was watching these movies as a kid, I didn't care what gender they were. I was like, these are badass. And that's the
never
way it
occurred.
should be. It's nothing forced about it, because it's not like one second she's useless and the next second she's doing backflips. Like, she's just a normal, like, Linda Hamilton's character in Terminator 1, so relatable. Like, you know, she obviously like fed up with her job, and you know, kids, that people are being rude to her, and that kid dumps the ice cream on her, and then like her date or whatever bails in her, and she's on a Friday night or whatever, Saturday night, and she's sitting there on her own. It's just like a normal kind of like, you know. And then the development she goes through the first movie and the second movie, the condition she gets herself in, it's just like, I gotta snap Ripley, guys. And like there's nothing between them. And you could ask me this question 2 weeks time and I'll do the opposite. But I also met Linda Hamilton in the summer, and she put her arm around me. She gave me a little squeeze. So like, yeah, come on, you know. So
got a moment. Yeah,
Yeah, but
it was
Sigourney
emotional.
Weaver could still get it today. I wouldn't touch Linda Hamilton today. So
I think me and you have to talk. Like, you know, this is a family show. And, you know, some of the students are going to see this eventually.
Wow.
Like, you know, so. What you mean is you find her very attractive. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you're getting rid of. Are you definitely getting rid of Sarah?
yeah, 100%. For if
Okay. And Phil?
Yeah, Sarah for me too. I mean, Ripley not being in the Alien franchise, it's not the Alien franchise then, whereas Sarah Connor, she played a part in the original Terminator, but then the main characters were sort of John Connor and the Terminator and Terminator 2, so I think I could live without Linda.
That's a fair point, though, I suppose. Like, you know, because everything's about Ripley and the Alien movies, even the first three. And the thing is, the third one gets a lot of crap, but I still watch the third one. I think it's still quite scary. Like, but
Yeah, the assembly cut is
it's just not as the same as the
movie.
first and the second, though. But yeah. So that is that was this week's snap. So Trevor, you got a bell?
I do have to jump. But thank you for having me on. Always great to see you guys. Always great to hang on. Good discussions.
Really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Week after
talking
week
me into
showing
getting
up.
4 Jokers instead of 2. No. I did that myself.
Don't put
really.
that
I did
evil
that.
on us.
No, I did that myself. I did that myself.
If you have to be honest, I think the photos, the posing and articulation, they won a lot of
They
people
were
over.
great.
But then that price could hit everyone like a sledgehammer to the face.
It could.
On a cold winter's day.
Face or somewhere.
When you
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
Jokers, Trevor, that just will take away from the cost of this one, so you're good, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to take a bath on these, but I'll make some money and sell them, and it'll be fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
actually sold. I didn't sell, but my incinerator and artillery trooper, compared to the rest of the troopers, with the no weathering, they're just not fitting in. And you know, maybe outgrown them, whatever. But I put them up on adverts.ie for 190, and I was thinking, okay, 190. You're not going to get 190 for an incinerator trooper and artillery trooper these days. This guy from France reaches out and says 160, and you're going to ship them to France. Am I now? I'd rather burn them in back garden than send you watts of it, you dickhead. But no, they won't be going to France, Pierre. I'm gonna get cancelled now. Anyway.
Ouch.
But no, but like just you know, you'll ship them to France. Maybe it's a language barrier.
It could be, yeah.
Like, come on, man. If he said 190 and you ship them, okay, 180.
He's pulling
maybe,
some
but,
Jedi shit on you there.
No. Yeah.
You will
Yeah. Forget
ship
it,
them
man.
to France.
Yeah.
But anyway, Trevor, thanks so much for joining us. Much
Thanks.
appreciated.
I'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
Thanks,
See you
Trevor.
guys.
Yep.
Bye.
See you, Trevor. All right, so if I can find this, where is this one? I think I have it here. All right, okay, so, right, so Deadpool's crotch is gone. The snap, basically the kind of 4 in the bottom right-hand corner. we got kind of, and DHL is gone as well. So we got like the Batmobile, the Mando helmet, the film clapboard, and then the Super Battle Droid. So you want to pick one there, Phil?
We'll go the film clapperboard, please.
Cool. Random movie recommendation. What do we got, folks?
I'm going, and I knew what it was.
You walked into that one, so.
Not a movie as such, and I think it's already been recommended, is the Brother's Son on Netflix. I started watching that yesterday.
You mentioned that, yeah.
I'm sure it was Ian who mentioned it, or it may have been Trevor, but it's really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, the Brother's Son.
Yeah, it's to do with the Taiwanese triads.
Right.
But it's there's a comedy element and a serious element. It's good.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Worth a look.
Okay. Eddie?
I'm gonna recommend 2 shows, but
Cool.
I'm doing 2 because one, I don't know if you guys are gonna even try to watch it. So I'm a big Zorro fan,
Okay.
from the Antonio Banderas Zorro movies,
Brilliant.
and there's a
Love that
new
movie.
show on Prime, a new Zorro show.
Right.
It's-
I think I heard you talk about this before on maybe Collecting Weekly.
Yeah, it's great, man. I loved it, but it's in Spanish, so you have to watch it either with subtitles or you could change it to English. But then it sounds weird. Like, it's not the English dubbed version. Like the translation isn't as good as like even watching it with subtitles. And then when you watch like old Japanese movies in English and it's kind of funny or it's entertaining either way, it's not as good with Spanish. It doesn't work the same way. So I would recommend watching it subbed if you don't speak Spanish. And I still, it's a little harder to keep up with than say like when I saw -1 subbed. It was easier because there's not much dialogue in the movie, so it's easier to follow the reading. There's a little more dialogue in this, so I had to skip back sometimes and just make sure I read everything. But it's still a really good show, man, even subbed like that. So
Yeah,
I recommend that.
I started watching a lot of streaming services, whether they're in English or another language, with subs, because I find I follow the story a lot more
Yeah.
Yeah.
by reading
Peaky
through.
Blinders. Very
Yeah.
hard to hear. It's not. Their
Yeah.
accents are so strong
Yeah,
that it's like I know I'm missing things.
Yeah.
That's true.
Narcos is brilliant, and yeah, subbed all the way through that. Had to for most of it anyway, but
I still
Good
have
stuff.
to watch both of those things.
So the Zorro one. What was the name of the Zorro one again?
It's Zorro. It's Zorro.
It's
and
just
it's on
Zorro.
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And then the other one, not as like deep of a story. It's just freaking hilarious. Is Ted on Peacock?
I've got to see too.
I've heard
It's
this is good.
hilarious.
I
And
heard it's really good.
the later episodes in the first season, I think it's 10 episodes, 9 or 10. But anyway, the last 4, great comedy, man. It makes me really appreciate Seth MacFarlane even more, and just some of the wittiness behind his comedy. It's pretty damn good. It's not
Is
just
he playing
all,
Ted in the show as well?
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
What I've
It's
heard is it's
fantastic.
people are comparing it to like Family Guy in its heyday. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The wittiness, Family Guy kind of lost I feel like its charm towards the end, and this has that exact charm in it, so it's good.
okay, good stuff. I need to watch that because 3 or 4 people have recommended that, and I just I need to go back and watch the 2 movies before doing so. Mike.
Well, I mentioned The King of Comedy earlier, so definitely check that one out. But for this segment, I'm going to say The Deer Hunter, also a Robert De Niro film.
Yeah.
1978's The Deer Hunter. Meryl Streep. There's just so many great actors in the film. And you don't see movies made like that anymore. I think it starts out with a 45-minute Polish wedding. Just people hanging out at a wedding talking. That sounds boring, but man, it sets up the characters for this film. And by the time they end up
as well.
What's that?
It's good dialogue, is
It's
it?
fantastic dialogue. And by the time they end up in these extremely stressful scenarios that happen later on, the build-up is worth it. It's worth it.
Good
It's one of the most
stuff.
intense scenes you'll ever see in a film, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I watched one of those movies that were. I caught the first half of it one time. It was on TV, and the second half another time years ago. But I need to sit back and watch it.
Yeah.
I don't have any prepped for this. So I was kind of going through my Apple purchases or whatever. So There was one that stood out. I'm not sure if I recommended The Prestige before. I might have, because I was his big Nolan fan, but I think it's such a good movie, and I think it's underrated. I'm pretty sure I recommended this. No, I'm pretty sure I recommended this like 2 weeks ago or something, so ignore that. But well, if you haven't watched Prestige, go watch Prestige. The movie I'm recommending is completely, it's just a comedy called Old Dads.
Oh yeah.
Like, myself and Megan were in the mood for something funny, and like I think a lot of these ones that we flick through on Netflix and we find, they're just not funny, and it's like the storyline is like silly rom-coms. I'm not a fan of the rom-coms because it all has the same rehashed storyline. You know, they meet, they don't like each other, then they kind of like each other, and then there's this major probably problem. It's like it's always some sort of a problem in the middle or 2/3 the way through the movie, and then they solve the problem, and it's just so, I don't know, I'm not a fan. So I saw this one, Old Dads, and it was Bill Burr was in it, and I like Bill Burr, I like his comedy, and you know, he's good in The Mandalorian as well, the guy can act, like, and I think he actually wrote and produced it. But the plot is like these three aging dads, like they're all like, you know, they're I think like one of the guys is like 50 or, you know, whatever. They kind of had kids later in life according to them, you know, but they're really like stuck in their ways. They're like Johnny Lawrence in what's it, Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
It's like literally, it's not even that they're stuck away. It's like literally they've been frozen in the 80s and then defrosted. It's like they're still saying the same shit that, like, you know, they get away with in the 80s, but they would not get away with now. And that's what I find so funny about it. So like it's really funny, and it's like, did he just say that? And just like all these like kind of like, I know what would you call them, like new wave Uber hipsters are like calling them on everything, like, oh my god, you still eat animals, and it's just like it's just really funny the way they put it across. So yeah, Old Dads. Yeah,
I'm glad you reminded me of that.
If you're easily offended, don't watch it.
Oh, it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
I'm 44 with a 1-year-old, so I can relate to that movie.
Yeah,
I really
there we
wanna
go.
watch it.
There we go. And I think he said, I think the opening scene, Bill Burr's character said it happened later in life. I think he had his first kid at 46, or I think it was 46.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And at that stage, then he was older than that because the kid was a few years older and they're expecting their second. But
Right.
yeah. So it definitely made me laugh out loud a lot, which not a lot of comedies do. All right, so the next one then, I'm going to choose one here. The Batmobile in the top right corner, I put in the animated Batmobile because it's cool. Very simple question, folks, for everyone watching and people in the panel. What's your favorite Batmobile?
The 89.
89? Eddie?
95.
The 95. Did not see that. Actually, no, that makes sense. That's very... Yeah,
it's cool.
Staying the course.
And the scene when he's going into the alley when Robin's driving, and there's all the dudes with the black light makeup on and everything, and it's one of my favorite scenes in Batman Forever. It's goofy.
You need to watch Batman Forever again.
No, that's not. I'm wrong. Maybe that's not Batman Forever because he's saving.
Because I'm not watching Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. Yeah.
It might be Batman and Robin that scene happens in, so I might have lied. I don't remember. One of the two, but still the Batmobile.
Mario chiming in there saying the Prestige is amazing. Yeah, so bloody good. The Illusionist, I think they came around the similar time frame and about similar subject matter.
Yeah, it's like an example of A Bug's Life and Ants. Sometimes Hollywood comes out with the same film in the same
Deep
years.
Impact. Armageddon. Yeah. 1 6 Figure Focus got to see Tool back to back last week. So that means like 2 days in a row. And I think Mike, you saw them like twice in the last few months, didn't you?
Oh yeah, 3 times.
Man,
Yeah.
I just all right. I need to get rid of Mike here from this planet. I'm so jealous. Like I've seen him a bunch of times, but like not like I just Vash living close to like New York, I suppose you can. There's always gigs happening there.
Yeah.
So two thirds, or was that 66.66666? And he even put the 7 in the end. What a true engineer!
What a tool!
Yeah, well, I'm practicing saying 2/3 and not 2/3 because the Americans always they always give me shit, no pun intended, about it.
Well, my wife now, Shane, when I talk about a figure, she says, "Is it wettered?" I'm like, honey. she loves to bring in your lexicon, you know.
Ah, that's good. That's good. I like the way people are sneering me.
No,
Do you know-
no,
do you
no.
have-
She loves
no,
it.
it's okay. It's okay. It's I like that. I appreciate that. You know what sneering means? It's like a real colloquial way of saying teasing or making fun, like, you know, just making fun, just like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I figured,
harmless
yeah.
sneering. It's like a real it's kind of I suppose east or Midlands of, it's a Meath thing. It's the county I live in is called Meath.
Okay.
So you're 95. We got an 89, 95. I got a feeling you're a 22, but what do you think, Mike? What's your favorite?
Wow, yeah, you do know me, because the cooler answer is 66, 89, right? Like, those are definitely, like, if I was a cooler person, I'd probably say those. But it's, for me, it's the Tumbler and the 22.
Tumbler.
Yeah, I love the Tumbler. I know it gets like a lot of crap and it doesn't really look like a Batmobile, but
Well, Mike,
yeah.
I actually just ordered a tumbler. I completely forgot.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's great in hand, man.
I reached out to Lion Rock and said, I've done a thing. Because I had the 89 on order with them and I'd paid a 20% deposit. And I goes, look, man, this is where it is. I've thought about this a lot. I'm going Jazz Inc. on this one. I don't want you to lose out. So was there any possibility that I could cancel the 89 Hot Toys version, but I'll buy a tumbler off you? And he was like, yeah, grand. So that was, everyone wins, because like he's been good to me. He's never let me down so far, and I just kind of, I was going to respect that. So yeah, so that's the plan then. So no, you're right. So the tumbler and the, what was the second one? 22, was it?
Yep.
I like
Definitely.
the
and,
22.
yeah, just
I like
it grew on me, man. At first, I was
Yeah.
like, it just looks too much like a regular car. But the more you look at it, it doesn't. They've done some great work with that, and the sound design in the film just elevates that car so much.
Yeah, I gotta say it's a cop out answer, but if I had push came to shove, mine is the 89. But I love them all, man. I love the animated version. That's why
Me
I particularly
too.
I wanted to give that a nod there. That's why I picked the animated PNG there. I love the 66, the 89, the Tumbler. I'm not a fan of the 95 or the Batman and Robin, but the 22 really grew on me. Similar
too.
to the suit itself, like, because it's kind of like what the vehicle does or what the suit does, as opposed to in the movie. I think that's what makes it cool, really.
Yes.
Some things look cool straight away, but then if they don't do anything in a movie, or it's a bit silly or lame in a movie, that can have a negative effect on it. But yeah, I'm 89 all day there. So all right, so cheers for that. We got a lot of people chiming in as well. Wait, you ordered a vehicle and did not drop me a cheeky voice message. We are having words when I get back from Norway. You literally just insinuated we were in some sort of relationship there, Ian. Like, you know, I'll drop you a voice note later on, honey. Don't you worry. Right? So,
Yeah. Start the Ian Said No podcast.
yeah, exactly.
No.
Myself and Ian basically talk out loud. It's like a lot of the time it's like, yeah, like, so there's this thing there that I want to get, and like it's kind of expensive, so I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to send you a voice note for a minute, or because Instagram cuts you off after a minute, 5 separate 1 minutes, and basically by the end of it I'm going to buy it. That's usually how it goes. So yeah, I'll send it on to you, and don't you worry. All right, so we're going to wrap up this. We're getting close to the end, so we got 2 more things to talk about. We can actually narrow it down. Does anyone want to talk about that Super Battle Droid? If you want, we can talk about it.
I'm getting it. That's all I have to say.
You're getting it. Okay, cool. Eddie, you getting it?
I don't think so. I'm sticking to the
Phil?
main characters as prequels.
No.
So.
I love the
No,
figure though.
Sorry,
I love
I
it.
cut you off. I cut you off, Eddie. What were you saying there?
No, I was just saying I'm sticking to the main characters of the prequels. I'm not gonna do like droids and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough. Yeah, and look, it's prequel, so yeah, I'd be out in that. So that was a quick one, and the last one was just the Mandalorian helmet. So like, I mean, I put that in last week. We never got around to it, but it's old news at this stage, really. But yeah, so they're releasing a Mandalorian movie. My thoughts are quite simple. I'm looking forward to it because I love Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and the bits, what do you want to call it, the episode 5 and 6 of Book of Boba Fett, which is Mandalorian season 2.5. And then I thought there was a serious drop off in season 3. In the same way, like you know, like what Trevor was saying earlier on, and I misinterpreted what Trevor was saying about the expectations and stuff. But the Mandalorian, I felt that I didn't set my expectations too high for Mandalorian season 3. I was just going, well, the first season was this, the second season was this, the Book of Boba Fett episodes were fantastic as well. So they set the standard, and then the 3 was just I haven't gone back and watched it, but yeah, I've watched season 1, season 2, and the episode 5 and 6 of the Book of Boba Fett multiple times because it's so goddamn good. I'm hoping the standard is more in line with season 1 and 2. That's all I have to say about it. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man,
agree.
I've watched Mando season 1, season 2 probably 3 or 4 times in full, and then God knows how many times with the Luke episode, the Ahsoka episode.
So good.
But
So
season 3, I don't think I've gone back and watched a single episode that, as of yet. I will, but yeah. So the lust for it has sort of disappeared a little. And don't get me wrong, I'd be excited for a movie, but I'm just intrigued as to what they're going to do with it.
Did anyone on the
already
panel like completely disagree with me? Like, does anyone on the panel like really liked season 3? Like,
No.
Absolutely not.
Elements. They were just elements.
There were elements, yeah. And then there was like, okay, maybe this is world building that will pay off later. That didn't really pay off later. Things like that. Which is why I was going to say, I think the film can really redeem like the arc that this Mandoverse was going on, because it won't have the pressure of like filler or stretching out to fill 8 episodes. You know, they can tell a concise story in 2 hours.
It ended with him sat on a porch. And it was
I
like,
know.
what? I mean,
Well,
it was Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
it was
Looney Tunes. Yeah.
where are we going with this? Oh, yeah.
It was almost
Yeah.
like one of those things where they were hedging their bet. They're like, okay, we could end it here. If we want to continue, we can continue. But this could
Yeah,
be
I
an
get
ending.
that.
You know,
I
that's
get that,
that's
yeah.
how I felt about it, and
Whereas
it wasn't very satisfying.
the season finale in season 2 was really like, we're making a decision.
Yeah,
Grogu was
yeah,
gone,
Mm.
and that was like, yeah, it was cool.
yeah. That's what really hurt season 3 for
I
me.
still love Grogu. I'm not like sick of him or offended every time I see him. I know it's cool to go, that bloody Grogu, like, but like, I thought that is what made the show unique from the first episode, because I was thinking, oh, we're going to get this like mysterious bounty hunter, and he's going to be ruthless, and he's going to be like going on all these adventures, and like, you know, taking in all these different bounties and stuff like that. And that's what they set him up at the start of the episode. But then suddenly he sees how cute that bloody thing is. He's supposed to kill it,
Yeah,
and it gets to him, and it's like, that shows that bit of like, I don't know, like fatherhood in him or something, or like, okay, he's human underneath it all. There is that bit of empathy. So, and that kind of, it was interesting because he's like cold-blooded killer at one point, and then he's not so much. I like that.
I think-
I quite like
classic
I think
trope. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on, Mike. Go, Mike.
I was gonna say it's like Leon and the Professional, or Logan.
Yeah.
Like we've seen this character trope, like the badass suddenly having someone other than himself to protect and care for.
It works a
And how
lot,
that
though.
changes. It works beautifully. And
Terminator as well.
Terminator's another example. And
Yeah.
so Star Wars is it's an old universe for us, but it's a universe that can be like reinvigorated with these new tropes we haven't seen in it before. And I think they did a great job in the first 2 seasons, and it had a natural end point to that. And so just like throwing him back in really felt like corporate interference and all
Yeah,
that.
because I was going to say, I think the 2 episodes that he made the appearance in Book of Boba Fett would have been enough, and then moved on to the movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
Because it's sort of, oh wow, it's the Mando again. You still had that, oh,
Because-
Mandalorian's made an appearance, and
What do we have now? Like, besides Grogu's back with them, what did season 3? Grogu's back. The Darksaber's just like treated like nothing because it was just broken by Iron Man.
Yeah.
If they do, somehow he goes back to Mandalore and something with the Mythosaur, and it would almost be like rewriting season 3 to do the movie, because that's what season 3 was supposed to be, and I feel like they didn't give us that at all.
completely agree.
So that's the only way I see the movie being good, is if they went back and tied in that Mythosaur thing, because otherwise why tease all of that?
Yeah,
Agent
or go with
Silverfox.
Agent Silverfox idea.
Mando movie. Kill Mando and Grogu. Trust me, to make an awesome movie. I don't think he's being funny. I think he's actually Serious. I think it's like, put in a situation where, because sometimes when people die, like the impact of the movie is better, like
Rogue One,
because the stakes. Yeah, exactly.
And
like, I mean, think about this. If Grogu, are they going to do a Maggie Simpson on Grogu and she doesn't talk? And like you know what I mean? I'm not a massive fan of Simpsons. I stopped watching Simpsons years ago, but the whole thing is she's always the same age. She never really spoke. And then like, so if Grogu starts to talk and they mess up the voice, that's not going to work. Like, because if Grogu's all like, swear to me. Sorry, I had to do it. Great. But you know what I mean? It's going to ruin it. Like, but if that would tick two boxes. The Grogu story and the Mando arc comes to a natural end, and you don't have to worry about making him talk because he's dead.
Yeah, it would also explain or answer why aren't they in the sequel trilogy, right? So,
true. How do you explain all the rest of that mess, though?
Oh, that's
tune in next week and we'll discuss the rest. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to 2. I think. I might be mad, but I think this is gonna be good. I've been let down for it. I hope that's what we're here for. I hope that's good.
Yeah,
folks. Anyone have anything they want to plug?
No, don't think so.
All right. Just want to say thanks to everyone on the panel who's given up their time to come on and discuss collectibles and pop culture. And I want to say thank you to anyone watching live on the replay. Thanks to the 50 people who stuck with us. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're going to end the stream now. If you haven't hit that like button, if you haven't hit that subscribe button and you're watching, come on, don't be that person. Why are you here? All right. Yeah. Okay, I'm out of here. See you, folks.
See you guys.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. See you.